It was in year 1992, and I found myself in Qiyamah, and it was stopping the time, no place, no time, it's just eternal blessing. By Western Italian standard, no care at all. I mean, I've made up my mind, God does not exist. This is a story that I kept for me for 10 years. It was in year 1992. So I was 22 years old, okay? And I was your classic average Italian guy, okay? I was university. I had 3 dreams that changed my life, one after the other. And the first 2 dreams were in one night, and the third one was in the second night. So the first dream, okay, I just went to sleep and I found myself in Qiyamah, in the Nur of Allah. It's a kind of an opaque light like this one that is in front of us, and it was stopping the time, no place, no time, it's just eternal blessing. I woke up in the middle of the night and I said, aha, this is good. How do I get to know, I mean, how do I really stay in this light? I was agnostic, I wasn't going to church, I was brought up as a Catholic, but I was nothing. I was just living a very, very, very normal life. I mean, I've made up my mind, God does not exist. And then I went to sleep. And then the opposite happened. I was in darkness. Opposite. So first of all, so still no time, no space. So when I remember I put my hand in front of me and I couldn't even see my hand. I woke up in the in early morning and I had really a very depressed, I felt depressed. So the whole day I was kind of thinking and thinking and thinking. And the voice behind me said, don't deny my existence. I am more powerful than you. Look at yourself, you cannot even stand up for this position. I literally went to school again of religion. I went to, there was a Christian missionary school. And then the things lasted for years. I mean, I was meeting Jehovah's Witnesses, you know, these are missionary Christians that come and knock at the door. Normally people slam the door. I was like, no, come, let's have a discussion. So 3 years passed by, 1995. Finished my university. Fast forward, in Italy at the time, after university or after schooling, you needed to do 1 year of military service. I'm doing guard service, okay, and completely boring. My eyes go down on the floor, okay, and I see ants coming in and out of a hole with some sticks on their heads. Then sunset comes, and all the ants go inside. They put all the sticks and they close the hole, and 2 ants remain outside of the hole doing the guard. At that point, for about half day, I enter into a state of hypnosis, where I could see that everything around me was controlled by this intelligence. There was a lady next to me, you know? And I said, you know what? I discovered that God exists. He says, oh, really? He says, how do you know? Well, you see this mountain, all these leaves. I can see that there is a force that is moving all these leaves. And then we start engaging in discussion. I want to convince her that God exists. He says, look, I have something for you, okay? But I don't have it with me right now. Just exchange the telephone number, I will bring it to you. Gives me this Italian Quran. She was Muslim actually, so I was trying to convince her that God exists. I was giving dawah to a Muslim. I didn't know these things at the time. This time when I opened it, okay, then I basically got the experience of what that message was for me. What I recognize in the Quran is that the voice The words were coming from the same divine entity that had spoken to me. That the Quran just told to me the fact that you put your hands in the darkness, you know, Surah Al-Baqarah. Then there is a flash of light, and then they completed it in darkness. So I saw Nur ala ants. Okay, the leaves. There is not a single leaf that moves. That is not that Allah has no knowledge. That when I arrived to Rome, next to my house, they opened the greatest mosque of Europe. It's the largest mosque of Europe. Of course, I go and ring at the bell. I say, "Excuse me, can I learn about Islam?" I says, "Okay, fine." And then I says, "How do I become a Muslim?" So I just say the Shahada and you become Muslim. He said, "Okay, that's simple." And then my neighbor in Rome was also a Muslim.
Right.
And so we started going together every night. I mean, my luck, it was Ramadan, like a month later.
Okay,
so
right.
bang!